Yo, what is good YouTube? I'm Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on the Nike Air Max Impact 3. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below, and also hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Air Max Impact 3 features a traditional herringbone traction pattern, and that is across the whole outsole, and the traction is really good. Pretty much what you would expect from herringbone. Whether you're playing on a clean court or a dusty court, I really didn't have any issues with the traction on this shoe. Obviously, on the cleaner courts, the bite was absolutely insane. On the dustier courts, the bite was still really good. You might have to wipe occasionally because the dust actually does get stuck to the traction of the shoe. So just, a quick wipe with your hands and you're gonna be good to go. And as far as outdoor use, I didn't actually play with these outdoors, but the rubber is pretty damn hard. So if you did want to play with these outdoors, I think the durability will be fine. So yeah, overall, traction in the shoe is good. So moving on to the cushion, the Air Max Impact 3 obviously features an Air Max unit in the heel. It's whatever. Honestly, like Air Max isn't my favorite. You do get a little bit of compression out of this Air Max unit with this foam as well, but I definitely wouldn't say that this has a lot of impact protection. At least maybe, I'm not heavy enough to really fully engage with this Air Max unit. So for me, the cushion is very whatever. If you're going into this expecting a lot of impact protection, this is definitely not it, and I wouldn't expect it to be for the budget price that this is. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. And then as far as the forefoot cushion goes, you do have like this foam midsole, most likely a Phylon, but it is pretty much caged on both sides of the shoe. So on the lateral side, you do have like this rubber wing right here, and that same wing is on the medial side as well. So you can't really get too much compression out of the forefoot cushion in this shoe. So, what I would say this cushion is more responsive than anything. You do get maybe just a little bit of impact protection in the heel, but up in the forefoot, yeah, it's pretty much dead to me at least. So definitely not my most favorite cushion setup. Definitely could have been a lot better, but for the price, I kind of expected this kind of cushion. So in the end, the cushion to me is just kind of whatever. So moving on to the materials, the Air Max Impact 3 features a full mesh upper, and the mesh is, pretty cheap feeling, but not incredibly cheap, I would say. Pretty much what you would expect on a Nike budget model nowadays. And then on top of the mesh, you do have some fuse hits, especially up in the toe box area and around where the laces go for that added durability. As you move towards the back, you do have like this fused back upper with a different kind of like mesh as well. And overall from a material standpoint, it's definitely super cheap feeling, but in terms of the performance, it gets the job done pretty much just fine. So I can't really complain there. As far as the tongue goes, you do have like this mesh tongue as well, and the padding is like pretty minimal, I would say, but enough to not really, be annoying on your foot if you do like to crank down your laces. So yeah, like I said, from a quality standpoint, it's not premium at all, not even close, but in terms of the performance, it does get the job done just fine. So moving on to the fit, I would say that these do run true to size. I'm a slightly wide footer and I went true to size, and I would say it is, a little narrow up in the forefoot area, especially where these rubber wings are. If you do have wider feet, you might feel, some pain / pressure where they are. I did a little bit, but the materials do break in just a little bit, but you still do feel the rubber wings here because they're kind of there for lateral containment as well. So if you have wide feet, like really wide feet, you might want to go up a half size. If you have slightly wide feet, regular feet, narrow feet, I think going true to size is your best bet. Outside of that, the materials do a pretty good job of lying over the foot. You do have just a very, very minimal amount of dead space up in the toe box area. And with this traditional lacing system, this is a half booty upper. I would say that the overall fit is pretty good, especially in a budget model shoe. So yeah, I really have no complaints here. So moving on to the support, the Air Max Impact 3 actually have pretty good support too. I didn't have any heel slippage. You do have an internal heel counter. As far as side-to-side movement goes on the footbed, you do have just a very, very, very minimal amount of side-to-side movement on the footbed. But this lateral cage here, does a pretty good job of keeping your foot on that footbed. It's just like depending on how much force you're putting into those lateral movements, you might feel your foot slide just a little bit, but it's very minimal. And then in terms of the lateral stability, you actually have a really wide base. You actually have an outrigger as well, so you're covered there. And then in terms of the torsional rigidity and stability, this shoe is pretty damn stiff. So yeah, I would say overall the support in this shoe was good. The Air Max Impact 3 retails for $90, and you know, for $90, I would say it's okay. Definitely not my most favorite budget model shoe. I personally think that Nike has cheaper budget models that play and outperform way better than this, like the Flyby Mid 3 and the Precision 5. Just like everything about those shoes, in my opinion, feels better than this. But you know, if you are a fan of Air Max units in your shoe, or you know, you want really good traction, because this has really good traction, I would say go for it, pick up a pair. I'll leave a link for you down in the description box below. But me personally, you know, this is just not something that I would play in at all, really, after this review. If I were to play in this, it would be strictly as a beater shoe for outdoor use only. And even then, like I said, Nike has some cheaper budget model shoes that outperform this, so I'd probably go with those instead of this anyways. But hey, that's just my personal opinion. Like I said, if you do want to pick up a pair of these, go ahead and do so. I'll leave that link down in the description below. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this. Also, please hit that thumbs up button for me, as it really does help me out. Check out this video on my left and my right, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.